Hello, you've made it to the Lick My Sock 117 YouTube channel. Hope you're all having a wonderful day today. Today, we're here to talk about the Book of Boba Fett, a new series on Disney Plus starring Tamora Morrison as Boba Fett. This is going to be a full spoiler review of episode 1. Hope you've all had a chance to see it before you see this video. This is the first review on this channel. If you would like to see more reviews, please give the video a like and don't be afraid to subscribe so I know to keep even pumping these videos out. But anyway, let's dive right into it. Again, full spoiler also for The Mandalorian Season 1 and 2 that are also on Disney+. Myself, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Before, I was like a big buff of the movies, but the way the pandemic is sorting out, I love getting my Star Wars entertainment on demand at home right when it comes out. I love that. So when Mando first came out and it was a huge hit, that was such a relief for me because I love nothing better than sitting at home with your family, your loved ones, or just by yourself, indulging in your own snacks and not having to sit with the randoms next to you. Now, I'm a huge fan of the movie theater when it comes to a movie experience. For example, I think that Avatar, Star Wars movies, like mainline movies, Marvel movies, like event movies, like Infinity War, Endgame, 100% must be in the movie theater. You just like the audience reaction and everything, especially for the recent movie No Way Home. There's going to be no spoilers about that, but I recently seen No Way Home in the movie theater, and again, another event movie, a must see in the theater if you can do so safely. Please be safe out there. Diving into Mando season 1, episode 1. I think this was fantastic. People are already complaining about the length of these episodes, but if you've been watching Mandalorian, if you've been watching Bad Batch, Clone Wars, you know that Star Wars TV is not going to be an hour long unless there's an extended premiere or season finale. Star Wars TV is never going to reach that 1 hour Game of Thrones mark. It's been close. It's been very close before, but I don't think it's going to be mainline 1 hour episodes. I think we're going to get between 30 and 45-minute episodes is going to be pretty normal for any kind of Star Wars media coming out. Book of Boba Fett just dives right into where the post-credit scene Mando Season 2 ended off. Boba Fett and Fennec Shand show up to Jabba's palace. They execute Bib Fortuna off of Jabba's throne. Now, this is 5 years after Return of the Jedi, maybe a little bit more, because it's right after Mando Season 2. I'm not exactly sure how long it's been. We'll say it's between 5 and 7 years after Return of the Jedi. Anyway, so Boba Fett has now taken up the reins and trying to take over the head honcho. Got a bit of Godfather Western going on here. He's trying to become the mob boss on Tatooine here now and trying to keep intact Jabba's empire that Bib Fortuna appeared to have taken over. I hope we get more side stories on that. I think that would be very, very fun to see. Anyway, so we start right off, and the episode is divided into flashbacks and current time events, which is a very popular way of storytelling. Not very much linear storytelling going on these days. So we get a flashback, and first, right off the bat, we get to see Boba actually escape the Sarlacc pit that Han Solo had knocked him into in Return of the Jedi, which is fantastic. It was short and sweet, didn't need it to be any longer. Uh, it opens up, Boba Fett's in the Sarlacc stomach. He finds a stormtrooper. And it goes to show that it's not a breathable atmosphere down there. So he takes the hose out of the stormtrooper, yanks it, puts it in his helmet, and so he can get a nice breath of fresh air and figure out how the hell he's going to get out of there. And of course, he just sticks his flamethrower, and then I think his jetpack was damaged with the fight with Han Solo. If you watch Return of the Jedi again, that's why he couldn't just jetpack out of there. If people are wondering why a stormtrooper was there, it just seemed a little too convenient. You never know. Like, the Empire is still around at that time when he goes into the Sarlacc pit, so there's probably just a patrol on Tatooine. Maybe the stormtroopers due back got a little too close, and he didn't know it was good for him, and he got slurped right up. So I don't know. So maybe the Sarlacc has like a different stomach section for armored food. I don't know. I didn't have a problem with the stormtrooper because the lore is, like the Sarlacc will digest its food over 1,000 years, so I had no problem with that. So anyway, he gets out. He ends up killing the Sarlacc, and just an iconic image of him popping up out of the sand beside the destroyed Jabba's sail barge and the Sarlacc pit was fantastic. That's one of the best shots in Star Wars. Oh, fantastic. So he gets to the Sarlacc pit. Anyway, so it goes to the present day. He's in a Bacta tank. I don't know if he's a bit of a Bacta junkie. Like, I expect when the Kenobi series comes out and we get anything with Vader, I imagine we'll see the same kind of vibes with Vader. Like, Vader will be in his Bacta tank getting some sort of flashbacks or deep meditation going on, and Boba happens to have these flashbacks about his life. And so after he gets out of the Sarlacc pit, the Jawas come up. The Jawas, the little bastards, they strip all the armor off him. and they leave him for dead. Like he even tries to wake up and they hit him in the head. Like the Javas are actually relentless. Like before these TV shows came out, like it always seemed like the Tuskens were definitely the more brutal, just savage, like non-humanoid kind of animals on Tatooine in regards to like the Jawas and the Sand People. But after Mando, like obviously in the Mando 2 season premiere, you see like how they work with the Sand People, and the Sand People can be reasoned with. Like they're not just mindless savages. Like they have their own ways and a community kind of thing. It's kind of like a cowboy and Native American kind of thing going on there, which I really dig. Anyway, so they leave him for the Jawas leave him for dead. The Jawas little buggers, they take everything he has, leave him for dead. Good luck. And then we don't know how long he's laying there. Eventually, the Sand People show up and they take him prisoner. And in most of these flashback scenes, he's taken prisoner for a very long time. Uh, you see him like wake up in the tribe, and he's there with a Rhodian, and the Rhodian is also captive. And you see, he eventually tries to make a getaway and tries to get the Rhodian to come with him. And the Rhodian, I don't know if he has just been conditioned. He knows there's no escape, as he tried to escape before. I don't know. The Rhodian sounds the alarm on him, the little bugger, and he gets caught after a one-on-one with. It looked like a talented warrior Sand People female. Pretty sure, like that's the kind of vibe I was getting. Gets his ass kicked, and he gets back uh, under prisoner with the Sand People. And then it flashes over to present day times. Fennec Shan wakes him up, and he goes and sits on Jabba's throne, and he's trying to do the whole mob boss thing, where all these businesses and local areas are coming by to pay him tribute for his protection, kind of vibe going on. So a couple people come by. They like an old Trandoshan that used to be his boss gives him a Wookiee pelt. Like that was a fun Easter egg. I love how like they didn't say like, yeah, this is a Wookiee pelt. Like you just had to know what it was. Like I kind of like things like that. Like nobody had to talk about it. And then you get this goofy guy that's a representative of the Mos Espa mayor, I believe. I think it's the Mos Espa mayor. And this representative, he just seemed kind of out of place, like the actor. Like, no, nothing against him. He just seemed a little too goofy, a little out of the world, you know. Anyway, he comes to say the mayor says greetings, and Boba's like, okay, so like where's your tribute? Like where you're not showing up, you're empty-handed, are you? And he's like, well, actually, I don't have anything to give you. And he's like, oh, well, that's fine. Next time, make sure you bring something. And the guy's like, well, that's the thing. Actually, I'm here to ask you to give the mayor something as tribute. And so there's kind of a power struggle. I'm getting the mayor as kind of its own kind of gangster kind of vibes going on. And anyway, so they decide to pay a visit to this mayor. They go to Mos Espa. Oh, sorry. Before that, two Gamorrean guards are brought before him as prisoners. They were loyal to Jabba. They were loyal to Bib Fortuna, and the droid, which was a good throwback to Return of the Jedi. I can't remember the droid's name, but it's the torture droid from the torture chamber. 3PO has a good run in with him, and the torture droid says, "No, we gotta punish these Gamorreans. You know, we have to show that we are true power and true strength. That's the only thing that prevails here on Tatooine." And Bubba's like, no, 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 no. I am now an honorable person. We're going to rule with respect. And so he gives the Gamorreans a chance. Swear allegiance to me, and you can live, and we can live in harmony, and you can be loyal to me and work for me, and start building his little crime family, which I really dug. The Gamorreans bend a knee, and they swear allegiance to him, which is fantastic. So anyway, the four of them, the two Gamorrean guards, Fennec Shan, and Bobo, they all go to Mos Espa on foot, it looks like. So I guess Jabba's palace is closer to Mos Espa than Anchorhead, which I always thought it was the other way around, or most likely, I mean. Anyway, so they show up in Mos Espa. They go to this cantina, another fun cantina scene. Every Star Wars show, movie has to have their own cantina scene. This one was another fantastic one, getting a few new creatures, getting a few old throwbacks. They run into the mayor, I believe, and she is like, welcome, welcome, everything is yours. Like she's kind of like kissing his ass for no reason, kind of trying to throw him off a little bit. They pay him off. They give him a helmet full of money, and so Boba and Fennec Shan, they leave. The Gamorrean guards, they go somewhere else. I'm not sure. I think they offer to give them like massages or something like that. So he's like, yes, yes, take care of my people. And the two of them end up leaving on their own, and they get jumped by like these ninja militia guys with these portable ray shields, and they get totally surrounded. It's a beautiful like fight that goes on. They get totally surrounded. They're stabbing Boba and Fennec Shan with these electric prods, and it looks like they're losing. Like he's sweating. Like he tried firing a rocket. It looks like his jetpack is damaged, I guess. Like he can't get out of it. And suddenly the Gamorrean guards come up and they start attacking the ninjas like from behind. The ninjas had like totally boxed in with like the portable ray shields. I was calling them like the ninja militia. They all had like the same uniform and same weapons, so they're obviously some kind of fighting militia. My guess is that they're working for the mayor, but who knows at this point? There could be more players here on Tatooine that we know about. But my guess is they're working for that mayor chick. Anyway, so the Gamorreans come up and they end up breaking the line and giving them a chance to fight. So they end up fighting back. They start fighting back to the point where the armed militia they start running away. Three of them start running away after the other ones get all their butts beat. Boba ends up using his hand cannon, his vamprace, to shoot a little rocket at one on the wall, and he just gets annihilated. Like it was wonderful, wonderful little action sequence there. The other two they start parkouring off like from the out of the office or something like that. They start parkouring up these sand buildings, trying to get away. And Fennec Shan starts going in pursuit, and Boba's really hurt at this point. Like, he's been prodded like 11, 12 times. Like, he's weak on the ground. The Gamorreans are taking care of him. Fennec starts going after the two that are getting away now, and he goes to Fennec, and Fennec looks back at him with undeniable loyalty, and he says, "Alive!" And she just nods her head and goes after him. So then a big old chase parkour sequence takes place. Fantastic. Ming Na Wen is a fantastic actress. I know she's getting up there in age. I'm not sure how old she is, but obviously it was a stunt double doing the stunts. But she's a fantastic actress playing Fennec Shan, and she goes in pursuit and she goes after these two guys. She ends up cornering them. Like they think they bamboozle her by doing some really cool moves around a building, but nope. She catches up to them. She's master assassin Fennec Shan, and she ends up cornering the two, disarming them, and then they both have their hands up on the edge of a building. She pushes one off the building, so only one is alive to bring back to Boba Fett. Meanwhile, the Gamorrean guards are bringing Boba Fett back to the back to tank, where he started off at the beginning of the episode with the flashback. So we're going back into Flashbackville every time he goes into the back to tank. But I'm honestly all for it. The flashbacks are pretty entertaining. So Fennec captures the one, starts heading back to the palace. Boba's now in the back to tank, and now we go back into the flashback. He's back at the village, and the little kid. There's a small child sand people person, and they end up taking him and the Rodian and the dog, like their pet, whatever creature they have. They're from Attack of the Clones, the same dog creature that they had. And the kid brings them out. It's just the kid. It's just the kid and the dog creature, the Rodian, and Boba Fett. And he takes them way out into the desert, and they end up going to a farmstead. Like, it looks like another moisture farm. It almost looks like the Lars homestead from A New Hope, but it's definitely not. Like, obviously it's not. And they slowly creep up and they spy, and they see like these bandits totally like annihilating this homestead. Like, they must have killed all the people, robbed them, took all their stuff, and sped away on speeder bikes. I think that scene was just planned to show that the Sand People are going to have an enemy, and Boba's going to help unite against that. I think that's where it's going. I'm not sure, but anyway. So after the bandits get away, the kid makes the Rodian and Boba Fett start digging in the sand to get like these pods out, and these pods contain like the liquid that they drink. I guess they're pods of water. I don't know, but like they only have to dig like 6 inches to get to these pods of water. So like I don't know why moisture farming is such a big thing on Tatooine. Like I don't know why people aren't like potato farming these things of water. I don't know what they're. The coconuts, the undersand coconuts. I don't know what the in universe name for them is. But anyway, so they start drinking. They start digging, and everyone they find, Boba tries to take a drink out of it, and the kid's like, no. These we're harvesting these for me to bring back to the village. Like you don't get to drink them. And the kid goes to hit him with a club, and Boba just stops him with a hand, and he takes a drink. He's like, I'm thirsty. Just takes a drink and then hands it to the kid. He's just being cool, like Tamora Morrison, Boba Fett. I'm loving the actor's vibe. He's doing a really, really good job. It's great to have him back. I hope with more live action shows we see him reprise more clone roles, like in the Kenobi series. If we get any flashbacks with Rex or Cody, like if he reprises this role there, I think that would be really, really fun. Um, anyway, so they're digging in the sand. The kid ends up falling asleep, I think, or the dog ends up falling asleep in the sun while the two are still digging. Mando's trying to reason with the other prisoner Rodian again, like, hey man, like we can get out of this. Like I can get us off world. I can get us to Mos Espa. Like I know people. Come on, work with me. And the Rodian just doesn't care. He just wants to keep digging with his little noodle, his little weird fingers. He just keeps digging and keeps finding more pods. And eventually the Rodian keeps digging, and he stumbles across like something weird in the sand. And I thought it was going to be another like Crate Dragon kind of thing going on there, another Crate Dragon vibe. But it ends up being a totally new creature. He ends up waking up this creature that was buried in the sand. Really cool creature. It was like something out of like Land of the Lost or Spy Kids, like that weird like forearm creature thing that was going on. Really, really cool new creature. I love that they're adding new creatures, adding to the lore of Tatooine. Like everybody's so sick of Tatooine, me included, but at least they're adding to it, right? So like every time I revisit Tatooine in another movie, it just builds for me. Like it builds lore. There's more than just two creatures. There's more to the Sand People, more to the Jawas, you know. So I love that lore building. Although for the Kenobi series, I know he's obviously it's like 9 years after Return of the Jedi, so Kenobi is obviously on Tatooine looking after Luke. I hope he leaves Tatooine at some point, just for a mission. Like, can we not spend the whole Kenobi series on Tatooine? That's all I ask for. Anyway, back to Boba. They wake up this creature. This creature's not happy about it. The creature kills the Rodian. The Rodian and Boba Fett are connected with a chain, kind of like a sharp, like kind of medieval chain that's connecting their feet together. Anyway, Boba gets up on the back of the creature, ends up strangling the creature, saving the kid sand person because the dog tries to fight the creature. The creature kicks the dog. The kid can't fight the creature because he's just a kid. They have no blasters or anything like that, just have a stick. So Boba ends up strangling the creature with his chain, which was really, really cool. Then it cuts to a scene where the kid, like, kind of gives respect to Boba. Uh, he lets him just walk back freely with the dog. The Rodian's dead. They leave the Rodian there. They end up walking back to the village, and they get back to the village, and the kid cut off the monster's head, which was really cool. And so he's showing like they show up to the village, you know. Boba Fett's just carrying his chain now because they obviously cut it off from the leg of the Rodian or whatever else unlocked it. And the kid's going around showing the head, showing the head. And you kind of get the vibe. You can't understand what they're saying, but you kind of get the vibe of the kid's being a little prick about it. And he's like, "Look, I killed this monster. Look at this. Look at this legendary beast. I took it down myself, all myself. He didn't do shit, you know." And anyway, so the leader of the tribe, like you can tell, it's like the elder, the leader, the chief of the tribe, goes to Boba. He just stands beside him. Boba's like no longer in hands. Like he just walked back freely with the kid, sand person, and the chief is just looking at the kid like bragging, and the chief just like hands his like little bowl of water over to Boba, and that was, and just he didn't have to say anything. He just knows you saved the kid. Thank you. You have my respect. Because he knows the kid didn't kill the monster, right? Like he knows Boba Fett killed the monster, saved the kid, saved the pet. He's a hero. So I think now in these flashbacks we're gonna see how he builds up these reputation with the same people. I don't think he's totally in their good graces, but he obviously is better than he was. It's just going to be a slowly building story with the Sand People. Some people might not like that, but I really dig that. I love that side of it, and I can't wait till I'm looking forward to more. The show, I think it's going to be 7 episodes. We have 6 more episodes to go, and then we're going to be on another Star Wars hiatus until Bad Batch Season 2 comes out. Well, anyway, I hope you love this review. I love the episode. The episode was probably a 9 out of 10 for me. Like I'm a sucker for anything Star Wars. Like I'm a little more harsh on the Marvel shows. But yeah, so far really great start to Boba Fett. It has the exact same tone as Mandalorian. Like even the way the post credit artwork is set up, the chapters. I love it. I'm a sucker for it. If you made it this far to the review, I really really appreciate it. Like I said, this is the first review on this channel. If you'd like to see more, please just subscribe, hit that like button. And let me know in the comments how do you feel about the episode, and if you'd like to see any more reviews out of Lick My Sock 117. We're usually live on Twitch every night around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and if you can't catch us here, you can catch me there. Other than that, hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video.